'Tis the season of giving, and on today's program, we're going to find out exactly what that's all about. So please stick around. We'll be right back right after this. Happy holidays, everybody. This is John Shollenberger coming to you from the Variety Boys and Girls Club in Boyle Heights, California. We've been invited to their annual holiday toy drive and giveaway. This is an awesome event that's put on by the Variety Boys and Girls Club here in Boyle Heights, and they've done it for over 63 years. We're going to be visiting with some very special people who help coordinate and make all this possible. We're going to be speaking with Elizabeth O'Neill, the Executive Director for Variety Children's Charities. She's going to bring us up to date on what's going on with Variety and all the wonderful things that they're doing. And we're going to be visiting with Chris Arzate. He's the Executive Director for the Variety Boys and Girls Club here in Boyle Heights. He's going to give us a special tour and show us some of the different rooms that they have available and for the kids in the neighborhood. But overall, it's just going to be a fun show today, and we're going to showcase this wonderful venue right here in the heart of Boyle Heights, California. So with that, let's get our visit started today with the Variety Boys and Girls Club in Boyle Heights, California. Joining us is the Executive Director for Variety Children's Charities. This is Elizabeth O'Neill, and she is responsible. Actually, she invited us to come out and be a part of this event today and to cover this. And we wanted to take a minute of her time, catch up with her, and she can give us a little bit of a background of the facility that we're in today. It's brand new. Elizabeth O'Neill, thank you so much for joining us today. And bring us up to date. What's new?
You know what? This is always one of our favorite days of the year. Variety of Southern California formed the Variety Boys and Girls Club of Boyle Heights back in 1949, and it was sorely in need of a makeover, and we engaged in a $5 million campaign. So 2 years ago, actually just last year, the brand new building opened. It's gorgeous. This is the second year where we've had the holiday party here. Over 1,000 families in the neighborhood come in. They get Christmas presents, they get food, pies, snacks, and it's just an amazing day for everybody. The board of directors of the club is here. The board of directors of Variety is here.
Wonderful.
Their families. It's just a really wonderful reminder of why we do what we do, and it's for the kids.
And you know, when I think of Variety, I think of giving. They do that so well. They all come together. Everybody in the industry comes together through Variety, and just they love to give and serve in the communities.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, again, when exactly was the building open that we're in now today?
Well, it was actually an old synagogue that in 1949 was made the Variety, actually at that point the Variety Boys Club, and then later the Variety Boys and Girls Club. And we started construction on it about 2 years ago. And the brand new building, we had the ribbon cutting last November 2011. So that's when it opened its doors. So it's been just a little over a year, and it's a beautiful facility. They doubled the square footage, can serve so many more kids, and it's a great feeling to have the party here.
And I've had a small tour. Chris Arzati, who we're going to talk to in a little while, he took me to some of the rooms that are available for the kids to use, like a media room, and they have like a woodworking shop and all this. It's a wonderful place for kids to come in this community, and Variety just made that all possible.
I'm especially happy because there's a brand new kitchen, so I love to cook. Next Friday we're doing the entire day as a cookie baking day.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
It's a great facility.
Well, we're looking forward to the rest of our tour today, but Elizabeth, we wanted to say on behalf of Richard Villasenor and myself, thank you so much for inviting us to come and be a part of this event today.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
All right, take care.
Joining us now is a friend of ours, Tony Chang. He's with the Variety Children's Charities. you may remember him from our show in 2011 when we covered the 5th annual billiard tournament that they had at the Yankee Doodles in Santa Monica. I asked him to come by and talk to us for a minute. He's actually doing some of the photography today, capturing all the memories on film. Tony, thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
And just bring us up to date. What's going on? What's new?
Well, in terms of variety, we've always expanding our board, and we're trying to branch out and do new and inventive ways of bringing people into the community, help raising more funds. We started working with an organization called Camp Hollywood Heart that they run a camp program up in the Malibu Hills every summer, and it brings kids that have affected or are affected by AIDS and HIV, that kind of stuff. And these kids are amazing. They're such tremendous artists. It's all about the arts and bringing the arts into their lives, whether it be writing plays and screenplays and doing music and fashion. These kids are just amazingly talented. So that's one of the big things we started working with in the last year or two.
And what a wonderful setting for those kids.
Yeah.
is the fresh air, all of that, to get away from everything that could distract them and they could just concentrate on what they're doing.
I'm just amazed by the level of talent they are, and they're like in their teenage years, and the fact that they can do all these things just blows my mind. I mean, when I was that age, I wasn't doing any of that kind of stuff. I was just trying to survive, high school and junior high.
And look at the challenges they face.
Yeah.
And yet they don't let that stand in their way. They focus in on their talent and just try to live their lives every day.
Exactly, and their talent is amazing. So I expect to see and hope to see big things from each one of those kids every year that we see up there. And so, yeah, that's one of our biggest things that we started doing in the past year.
So and today with these kids here in Boyle Heights, this is something I'm sure you look forward to helping with every year.
Oh yeah, I've been doing this for probably 7 or 8 years now. This is the second time we've had in this brand new facility. Just this time last year, we just broke open the new facility, and we were still able to do this toy giveaway to all the neighborhood kids and the members. And this facility is amazing. I'm sure you've walked around and seen it. And then we're about to do a groundbreaking a little bit later today for the new pool.
And we're going to be there to cover that, of course.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Tony, thank you so much for joining us today, and happy holidays.
You too.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Part of making this event a success is the people that volunteer and help the lines moving. And with us now is David Babor, and I wanted to take a minute of his time, ask him what it is that prompted you to come out and be a part of this event today. David, in your own words, what does it mean to you to be a part of this event today?
Well, it's all about giving to those who are less fortunate than yourself, and also, it's part of the holiday spirit. And this is our first year here. We brought our family out. We wanted them to really feel like they can give back to the community, and that's why we did it.
That's what it's all about, giving, the spirit of giving. David, thank you so much for taking a minute to talk to us. We really appreciate it, and happy holidays.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Joining us is a gentleman who's very instrumental in what's going on here today. This is Jay Swerdlow, and he is the president of the Variety Boys and Girls Club.
Correct.
Okay. And we wanted to take a minute of his time, talk to him, just let him give in his own words, bring us up to date, because this is a brand new building. And I wanted him to have an opportunity to tell the viewers at home there what this event's all about and just everything A to Z. Jay, thank you so much for joining us today. And first of all, what does it mean to you to be a part of this event today? What does it mean to you?
Well, for me personally, I've been involved with the club since the 1960s, and this is a very, very special day. We've been having holiday parties and annual toy giveaways for as long as I can remember, but because of a very generous contribution from a family foundation, the Milgard Family Foundation, we were able to announce to our volunteers and staff alike that we're building a new swimming pool.
Wonderful.
And this is a huge event for not only our club, but the Boyle Heights community. There are very, very few swimming pools here, and this will be a very welcome addition.
And like you said, it's going to be it's so needed for these kids to have a place to come and cool off in the summer when it's so hot in this community.
Absolutely. And the Boys and Girls Club is here basically 365 days a year for the community. We're dealing with some of the most at-risk and needy kids in L.A. Many of the Boyle Heights community live below the poverty level. For most, this is their Christmas. this event today, giving away toys. Families started lining up here, believe it or not, Thursday afternoon. And by yesterday afternoon, we decided to give people numbers so they could go home and get out of the inclement weather, come back today and know they were assured their place in line. We will serve over 1,000 kids today with toys.
Such a great need, and the Boys and Girls Club and Variety is there to meet that need for these children. And that's just wonderful. Jay, thank you so much for inviting us to come out and cover this event, and for facilitating this and for bringing joy to these children in the community. This is commendable. Thank you so much.
And thank you for coming out. The more exposure we can get, the better it is for everybody. Thank you again.
Thank you, and happy holidays.
And happy holidays to you and your viewers.
Thank you.
On behalf of Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa and the City of Los Angeles, my distinct honor and privilege to bring warm greetings to each and every one of you gathered here today for this auspicious occasion, celebrating the groundbreaking of the pool here at the Variety Boys and Girls Club. This is an amazing, truly amazing event and a great community institution here in the community. And on that side, it says great future start here. So for all the young folks here, the mayor was a participant here at the Variety Boys and Girls Club, has strong affinity, loves this club, and great futures do start here at the Boys and Girls Club. So on behalf of Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa, City of Los Angeles, I'd like to read this certificate of appreciation. And it says, as Mayor of the City of Los Angeles, on behalf of its residents, it is my pleasure to recognize the Gary E. Milgard Family Foundation for its generous contribution to the Variety Boys and Girls Club. Your support of the Variety Boys and Girls Club demonstrates a great investment in the children of Boyle Heights and their great futures. On this special occasion, I'm pleased to join with other members of the community, expressing our appreciation for your generosity and your commitment to the people of the City of Los Angeles. Thank you so much to Lori, Anthony, and to the Gary E. Milgard Family Aquatic Center will have a lasting legacy in the Boyle Heights community for decades to come. Signed by Mayor Villaraigosa, presented on December 15, 2012. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jennifer Martinez, representing Councilmember Huizar, and I can't tell you how ecstatic we are to be here joining in this exciting occasion. Boyle Heights is a beautiful community that's rich in culture and tradition. With over 9,900,000 constituents, we only have 4 public pools in Boyle Heights, and that is grossly unacceptable for this community. So I'm so thankful to you for your gracious donation and for giving these kids an opportunity to succeed. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Mike. All right, now we're going to do the actual ceremonial groundbreaking. Yeah. Come on, kids. Let's get out here since this is all about the kids. All right. Pair up. Dip them into the dirt. Everybody. Don't watch Jay in the background either.
Taking a few minutes of their time to stop and talk to us are some more of the volunteers who are helping to make this event a success today. And I wanted to just talk to them for a minute and ask them what it means to be a part of this event today. And joining us is
Dale,
Mickey Sullivan,
Gitty.
Thank you so much for joining us today. And I'll start with you, Dale. What prompted you to come out and be a part of this event, and what does it mean to you to be a part of it today?
Well, I have the privilege to be help on the board of directors for Variety Children's Charities. And this location, the Variety Boys and Girls Club, we helped fund actually $5 million of its building. We got it open last year. This is a holiday event. It's been long established at the club, and we've done a lot to help support it. It's to help kids that really wouldn't be able to get gifts elsewhere, and to see kids come in with a broad smile on their face to get gifts that they would never get otherwise. It really touches my heart, especially since I don't have any kids, and it creates a lot of fulfillment that I wouldn't have otherwise.
And that's awesome. You get an opportunity to serve the children and be a part of this for them and make them smile.
Very much so.
It's wonderful.
Hi, I work with Variety, the children's charity, and I'm on the board of directors with Dale, and this is probably my 7th year here. I brought my family, and got to say it wouldn't be Christmas if we weren't here watching what's going on. It's fabulous. The volunteers, the kids, the Boys and Girls Club here is fabulous. It's fabulous.
And of course, last but certainly not least.
Yes, my name is Gitti. Actually, this is my first year volunteering, and it's an amazing feeling just to see so many kids so happy and the joy of giving, and that's what this is all about. So I'm thrilled to be here, and I'm going to continue every year.
Awesome. And again, you summed it up perfectly. Everybody did. Giving. That's what it's all about. Thank you so much for joining us today, and happy holidays.
Same to you. Thanks.
Same to you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to all.
Thank you. Joining us is somebody you met on our show that we covered for the 2011 5th Annual Pool Tournament in Santa Monica, Yankee Doodles. This is Shelley Kratzer. She's now the president of the Young Variety Children's Charities 1025. She actually told me about this event at the end of last year, and said it was coming. I'd been looking forward to it, and I wanted to stop Shelley for a minute, catch up with her, see what's going on, and of course ask her what it means to be a part of this event. Shelley Kratzer, thank you so much for joining us today, and just bring us up to date. What's new with Young Variety?
Thank you for having me. Well, this is one of our biggest events that we do, teamed up with the big board of Variety 1025, and as you can see, there's lots of kids that come out, and this is going to be the only Christmas that they have. So, we look forward to this every year. And what's coming up is our next pool tournament in February. So, we're still working on the details. We don't have a location yet or the date. We just know it's going to be in February. So that's what we're working on next.
Look, Young Variety just keeping the momentum going. Planning events, serving the community. Shelley Kratzer, you were the vice president at the time we talked to you, but because now you're president.
I was the treasurer, I think, at the time, and now I'm the president. Yes. Yes.
So that role keeps you busy.
Yes, it does. Very busy.
But you love it. I mean, ever since I've known you, you've loved serving in variety charities and helping these children, and that's wonderful. I think that's commendable that you take time to serve in that capacity. Shelley, thank you so much for joining us today, and happy holidays.
Same to you. Happy holidays.
Gentlemen who put their lives on the line every single day to help keep safety in the community of Los Angeles is the Los Angeles Fire Department, and they're here today to be a part of this event. And I wanted to take a minute of their time, ask them what it means to them about being a part of the event today. They actually brought their fire truck, which we're going to showcase that a little bit later on in the show. But joining us today is
Captain Rick Godinez,
firefighter Brandon Tolley.
Thank you, gentlemen, for taking a minute to talk to us. We'll start with you. What does it mean to you to be a part of this event today? And just tell us in your own word how you feel about that.
Well, it's our privilege as a Los Angeles Fire Department to be part of the community event, especially around the holiday season. We're asked to be here today to represent the fire department, and we kind of do this every year. We pick up Santa, we drive him around the neighborhood, we put him on the fire truck. And I don't know if you saw the lines wrapped around the facility here, but there were families that were just waiting to come in to get their toys and to meet Santa. And we put them on the fire truck, and with a little bit of lights and siren, the neighborhood went crazy. So it really, just the looks on the parents' faces and the kids to see Santa coming in on a fire truck, we're just happy to be part of that. And as you can see, there's a lot of families here that are getting toys. And just the smiles on the kids' faces is just a great thing.
That makes it all worthwhile.
It does. It's a great thing, and we're glad we're a part of it.
Awesome. And you, sir, your name?
Brandon Tolley.
Brandon Tolley. In your own words, how do you feel about being out here today, and what does it mean to you?
It means to me that I really get to see again the smile on the kids' faces, seeing kids that are less fortunate in the world, and especially what's going on now, with whatever's going on in this country, you just see how fortunate other people are and how unfortunate people are, and again to see these kids here, and the parents, the smiles on their faces, and like Captain Godinez was saying, just the Santa being on the fire truck and just seeing him wave, and it's just very special that we're able to come out here and show our support, and I'm just proud to be a member of this fire department, and that we are able to do that and to be a service to the community here in Boyle Heights.
And gentlemen, you guys put your lives on the line every single day for other people to make sure that you're first responders. You're there when that fire happens or somebody needs help. You're there to serve in the community. And you're a positive influence in the community by doing that. Plus, being here and being present, some of these kids say, hey, when I grow up, I want to be a firefighter, So that right there is a positive influence. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us. We appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Happy holidays. What would the holiday season be without this gentleman right here? Synonymous with this time of year. Somebody very special has dropped by to talk to us. None other than St. Nicholas or Santa Claus. Sir, thank you so much for taking a minute to talk to us.
Oh, absolutely. I love to talk around the Christmas time. It's such a great time. I bring down my reindeer on my sled, and you can see all the kids out here.
Yes.
They love Santa so much. And it's a joyous day for me. When I go back to the North Pole, I have a very quiet time, but I remember all the kids giving me hugs and us giving them candy canes and then presents today.
Yeah, and you've been busy all year long for this event.
We work all year round to gather our presents from all the nice people around that are going to give presents and walk it into some very nice elves that I have inside the gymnasium.
Yeah, well, we did see some of your elves busy today.
Busy elves. And we've been doing this since 1949.
Ooh,
yes.
Okay.
And look at great shape since 1949.
Yeah.
Right? I've been doing this since I was 7 years old. I was a little smaller then, but the outfield was a little smaller.
Okay.
But now, many years later, the same joy comes to me and then comes to the same kids.
And I can see the joy on the faces of these children. And you're a big part of that.
Well, I'm a small part of it only because I have what I would say is a very great outfit. I don't wear this all year. I just specially put it on at this time of the year.
Right.
Because this is the joyful outfit.
Right.
It reminds people how much good there is in the world.
Yes.
And how much other people contribute to that good.
Right. And well said. St. Nicholas, Santa Claus, thank you so much. And very, very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
And mine to you as well. And I love your little red outfit.
I wanted to be one of your helpers today.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Joy to the world. 1, 2, 3. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells. Come on. Is everybody taking a picture? You see Santa? Look at all the cookies he ate this year. Right? Santa put on some way. Santa, what's your name?
Here we are in Command Central at the Variety Boys and Girls Club in Boyle Heights. We're in the office of Executive Director Chris Arzati, and he's going to give us a brief overview of this new facility. He's also going to take us on a tour of all the different rooms that are available for the kids to come and just display their creativity. And he's going to actually tell us what his role is within the facility. Chris Arzati, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
And taking a few minutes to talk to us. Tell us about your role as Executive Director here at the Variety Boys and Girls Club in Boyle Heights and what it's all about.
So, as you can see outside, we have a number of different members and community residents walking to our club to take part in our annual toy giveaway. The club opened its doors in 1949, And for the last 63 years, we've provided youth development services to residents of Boyle Heights, primarily to boys at first up until the mid-'80s, and then it emerged as the Boys and Girls Club. One thing that we really strive to accomplish by providing all of our services here is to help those young boys and girls reach their full potential. And we believe that that is rooted by helping them achieve their academic success, by becoming college ready. And so our whole organization provides a number of different programs ranging from computer literacy to learning how to develop digital media. So that includes photography and videography. We teach the kids how to become DJs. We also have a traditional band. There's this club is one of the only ones that provides a traditional arts and crafts program. So woodworking, painting, everything. We have a dedicated facility which you'll see specifically to teach the kids those traditional skills. In addition to that, going back to helping our kids reach their full potential, we recently hired a full-time college counselor who's also acting as our senior program director. So she oversees all the staff here and integrates the programs that they provide to make sure that there are elements that can help the kids develop into college-ready kids. And so what we try and do here is supplement what the schools are either unable to provide due to a lack of resources or to continue what they started already. And so when our doors open after school at 3 p.m. During the traditional academic year, the first hour is dedicated to Power Hour, which is tutoring, essentially. Homework help.
All right.
And so all the programs are shut down and all the kids come in and our staff sits with them and helps them complete their homework. The reality is that some of our kids are a couple of grade levels behind in their reading or their math. So the Power Hour has become Power Hours. And so fortunately, we have a library where the kids will go after that first hour.
A very nice library.
A very nice library.
I've seen it.
A lot of folks have, most recently Ernst + Young has contributed a lot of books and software so that our kids can not only do their homework in there, but also go into our 5,000 plus book library and take a book out, take it home, read it, and return it. So we have, it's like a little mini functional library.
It's very nice.
It is.
Very
Thank
nice.
you. And but really, when we open the doors, we try and attract the kids with some of the traditional recreational stuff. So that's our games room downstairs, where they play ping pong, pool, foosball, marbles, a whole sorts of things. And then we have a gym, and our amazing gym, which you'll see, which you'll show the viewers soon. It's where we play volleyball and soccer and football and basketball and have leagues where other boys and girls clubs come to compete here. And it's a great way for our kids and other kids around Los Angeles to see different parts of the neighborhoods that they may not get exposure to if not for these traveling teams of sorts. And so when we bring the kids in, we get them engaged in all of the recreational stuff, but then we really want to get them hooked into our programs. And in addition to that, we want to make sure that they get really embedded in our leadership development programs. So that means community service, giving back to the community, teaching them what they've learned and how to share the wealth of knowledge of sorts.
Now, you shared with me about the community in and of itself. There are challenges in Boyle Heights. And I feel that without this facility here for these kids, a lot of them may not have as good a chance without it. You know, I mean, this is a safe haven for a lot of the kids in this neighborhood. To come here, it's a very positive choice. And it's available to them. And a lot of them utilize that because they come here. It's away from some of the things that happen out there on the streets.
I'll give you a good example. That house right across the street. They stabbed someone on that porch. Sorry, didn't mean to put my hand in front of
No, that's fine.
On that porch 2 nights ago. That same house, there was a drive-by about a month ago. Literally right across from the front of our doors. And at the same time, our environment is also a world away from that. Meaning, in Boyle Heights, keep in mind it's a 6.5 square mile community. There's about 100,000 residents, densely populated in that small territory. A lot of the homes have, as you can tell, multiple units on what was originally designed to be a single lot. So you have very little green space. You have kind of overpopulation, so to speak. And one of the things that this club does is it opens its doors so that kids can flow in here, be safe, also be productive. And although there is, sometimes violent incidents that take place a stone's throw from our doors, the gangs, and keep in mind, there's also about 35 gangs or so in Boyle Heights. There's about 5 of them that kind of meet where our building is centrally located. Yet, they respect the place.
This is off limits. This is a safe zone because the kids in the neighborhood come here.
Exactly. And quite frankly, some of the kids that we try and keep, they make different decisions and may go the wrong direction. And so a lot of the kids, if they're in a gang, they may have a relationship with the club, and for that reason, they'll respect it. And so we've been here for a year. The building is,
beautiful, brand new facility. I love it.
It's like an off-white, but you'll notice there's no graffiti. Right. And it's not because we paint it. It's just because this is, even by those who create some trouble in the streets, this is a place that's off limits.
That's good.
And that's really the way that our staff can work kind of in harmony, so to speak, and really get engaged with the kids and learn about them, get to know who they are, what's going on in their family, in their household, what's happening at school, what kind of growing pains are they going through.
Because every one of these kids come from a situation, every one of them. So, and every one of them is unique. Well, I guess with that, we're going to go on a tour, and you're going to show us some of those rooms that help develop the talents that these kids have.
I'd be happy to.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and take our tour.
Thank you.
Okay. Our first stop is their new library, and I wanted you to show that. So Chris is going to go give us a little tour about this.
So this is our library. It's there's a couple special people that are recognized, Nat and B. Fellman, who donated to our capital campaign. Keep in mind, the building that we're in right now is only a year old. The previous building was here for 62 years. And so we raised $10 million to build this lovely building. And the Fellmans are the gracious donors of this particular library. So here we have a few computers where kids can come and do some research. We have one staff member here who will help kids do their homework after 3 and 4 o'clock, up to about 6 o'clock. And then she's also responsible for lending the books out. And so we have all our nonfiction and fiction books. Ernst & Young, one of our board members, Lori Greenblatt, works there. And so she was able to organize a bunch of volunteers from Ernst & Young, their staff, to come in and redesign this whole place. And so what was here before is not what you see today. They came in, they reorganized it, they got the software system up and running, and now we have these nice little magnets around so that the kids could directly go to what they need to. And thank you to them.
Perfect. On to our next stop. Our next stop is the counseling center, and I actually like this room because it has all the different pennants from all the different universities, and it inspires the kids to want to go on to college.
That it does. And that's what we try and do through games like College Monopoly, College Tic-Tac-Toe, where the kids learn the mascots of the university so that they become more familiar, more comfortable with it. And it's taken off.
Let's have a look inside. Okay. And now this is where I met the young lady that facilitates this room, and that was?
Patricia Siqueiros. She's our college counselor. We recently stole her from a local high school. Smart young lady, went to undergrad at Berkeley and has a master's in education from Stanford and a counseling master's as well. And so, she brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to our kids. And for that reason, I'm happy we stole her.
And she seems like such a caring, nurturing person. That's what I noticed about her when I spoke with her briefly. So who better to facilitate that for these kids than someone with that type of demeanor?
Exactly. And keep in mind, although we have all these colleges, listed on the pennants, The majority of our kids fall in the age group of about 8 to 10. So what we're trying to do right now is make sure we start young with our kids. And so that's why the fun games like College Monopoly and Tic-Tac-Toe are kind of big hits with them. And so this is the place where hopefully they'll look up and wonder, okay, where is University of Colorado? What are the Buffaloes? Right. Where is Cornell? Yes. And not only go and look it up online, but actually go and apply, become a student, go and visit the college. Yes. And that's where we're going to be going, is just trying to continue to raise money to take our kids to as many colleges as we can.
All right. And what's our next stop?
Our next stop is the computer literacy room.
Awesome. On our next stop. Our next stop is the Learning and Technology Center. This is a cool room, and Chris is going to show us what's going on in there.
Come on in. So this is our new technology center. We have 18 computers here that were donated by the LeBron James Foundation. So many Boys and Girls Clubs receive pretty much the same package. The beauty of it is that it's really current technology, so our kids can do a lot of different things. We use our Boys and Girls Clubs of America curriculum, which teaches kids on how to protect their identity, the basic digital literacy skills, but also how to deconstruct a computer and reconstruct it. So from A to Z, when the kids go through this program, they'll come out with all the right skills that they need so that they can do their homework online and they can do it at home. And now with technology being such a critical element of education, the kids could do their PowerPoints or talk to their teachers online and be able to chat with them versus having to wait the next day if they have a burning question. So this is where the magic happens, as they say.
This is a good foundation for these kids because, like you said, when they get out in the workforce, especially within the office environments, etc., it's going to be expected for them to know that just the basic things like the PowerPoint, the Excels, all that kind of thing. So this is a great place for them to get acclimated to that.
Exactly. It's no longer about being able to type, right?
No.
You really have to have those 21st century skills. And this is what we're all about, is representing that and giving the kids the tools that they need so that they can compete in the workforce. If they don't go to college, they're going to need to, be able to adapt to the changing work environment. And so this is a place where they can at least get those basic skills.
We're under our next stop.
We're on to Digital Media Center.
Okay. Okay, Chris has brought us to the Media Center. He's going to invite us in, and he's going to tell us what this room, its purpose, and what it's all about.
Come on in. So this is our Digital Media Center. In here we have the tools that are available to teach young boys and girls anything from drumming to guitars. We recently had a partnership with Fender Guitars where 40 of our girls went to a workshop sponsored by Fender, and at the end of the workshop, they each received a free Fender acoustic guitar.
That's great.
So this will be the place where we're going to practice some of the music, and now I got to hire an instructor. But other than that, we use our Macs to provide kids with the skills to do anything from graphic arts to digital video editing to digital photography. That's a real big class in this building. Kids love taking pictures. You might have seen them take some downstairs in the gym. And they go out into the community. And what we try and do is instruct them on not just the fundamentals of photography or video making, but also get to know your community. So we'll take them to historic places within Boyle Heights and share with them the meaning behind it, the history, etc. Then they'll bring that back and they'll represent it in some of their work. And so it's a way to learn while you're learning.
Right.
And having fun.
And you said you've got even learning how to be a DJ in here.
Yeah, that's one of our big ones. Actually, it was the gentleman who teaches coordinates the arts and crafts program is a DJ. Okay. And so one day he had his stuff out and the kids liked playing with it. Well, it became such a hit that they started making their own CDs and then selling those or learning the skill well enough to go and DJ at their cousin's quinceañera or at a birthday party or what have you. So what we have now are iPads that'll dock into a mini DJ turntable, and they could, manufacture their own music, essentially. So this
cool. I like this room. It's stuff I hear. Music. I come from a musical background from my family. Yeah, musicians in the family. So we're going to go on to our next stop, which is where all the woodworking and stuff takes place.
Arts and Crafts Department.
All right, let's go. Arts and Crafts. You got to love it. And Chris is going to tell us about this room here.
Yes, this is one of the oldest programs in our organization. Arts and Crafts. We have some woodworking examples of what the kids do. This one was made by Angel. It's going to be a Christmas decoration.
Okay, all right.
They do a lot of seasonal projects, Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, of course. And the kids, aside from the traditional woodworking, where they're doing the cutting and the burning and what have you, they also learn sketching in here. We have so to your left, we have some of the pictures that some of the kids have made. And in addition to that, we also operate a STEM program in here. So we've partnered up with USC, and there is a STEM science, technology, engineering, and math. So they'll come once or twice a week and teach the kids how to essentially create robots.
That's great.
So the kids really enjoy learning the advanced technologies, as we were mentioning in the other room. It's another way to make sure that our kids are receiving some type of instruction that is relevant to the way it is evolving right now. So,
what I like about this type of arts and crafts and everything is it's a different dimension that kids can tap into within their creativity.
Right.
And you'd be surprised once they get going what they come up with when they're finished. Sometimes they come up with something you wouldn't even think about. Exactly. That's just really beautiful to look at when they're done with it.
Yeah. When you take a look in front of the building, you'll see a bunch of big, I think there's a present, a candy cane, a stocking. So the kids worked on that with our arts and crafts coordinator. And it's just fun to see what they can create.
Yes.
I don't know if you've noticed this name, though. John Paul DeJoria is the gentleman who owns Paul Mitchell Hair Products.
Oh, okay.
And he was a member here as a kid. And which is why, his not only because he was a generous donor, but also because he really gives us the credit, or this organization the credit, for starting him on his first business, which was going back here and buying some wood for a quarter on loan, making a little flower basket, a flower pot, going down the street to what is now Cesar Chavez Avenue, but was formerly Brooklyn Avenue, selling it for 50 cents, returning, paying back the quarter that he borrowed, and then left with his own quarter.
An entrepreneur.
And so, he says that story very proudly, and it's a way for our kids to learn from examples such as him.
That's a perfect example right there. And of course, it's personal to him with this center. It's personal. So our next stop is going to be?
Games room.
All right, we're on to the games room. Okay. Here we are at our next stop, which is the game room, and Chris is going to give us a little bit of a background about this, about the game room.
Correct. So this is our games room, and as I mentioned a bit earlier, this is where we first introduce ourselves to the kids and get them to come in, have a good time, learn to shoot some pool, some 9-ball, some foosball, thank you, caroms, what have you. Billiards, yeah. And every summer, our club hosts a games room tournament where we invite other clubs throughout, LA, and we take all the stuff into the gym, and we see who can compete to be the best Boys and Girls Club in the respective age groups and games. And so behind you see all the trophies that we've accumulated over the years from winning our own tournament.
Oh, that's great. And I also noticed here that Ralph M. Parsons is a part of putting this together.
Yeah, they're very gracious in their contributions to us, and rightfully so. We named the games room after them.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I mean, look at this. And there's ample tables, and so nobody's actually waiting. You can just jump on a table if you want.
I'll play you right now. Some of the kids, I'm sure, will take you up on the offer. A lot of them learned how to hustle here, so you never know.
They could teach me a few things. How to play some pool the right way.
Exactly.
We're gonna go on to the next stop, which is the Teen Center.
The Teen Center, yes. Let's go.
Okay, we've come to our last stop, which is the Teen Center, and this is where You can just hang out, watch a little TV, or play a little pool in here, or some ping pong. Chris, give us a little bit of a background about this room here.
So this is a new element to our organization. In the old building, we didn't have a dedicated teen center. And, as you can tell, we got a couple youngsters here. Just give them their own place to relax and talk, Sometimes you just need your own little environment. And so what we're trying to accomplish here is, we do our leadership development programs, but we can also help out and do some homework help as well. We're expecting to get a really big grant, or a really impactful grant from the Brent Shapiro Foundation, where they're going to focus solely on the teens. And hopefully through that we'll be able to grow our teen membership and be able to host more activities for them, keep the building open till midnight on Fridays and Saturdays, to just keep them again off the streets.
And that was my point. There's two choices. They can be out there, or they can come in here and just get away from it, and just have a place to just safe zone.
Exactly. And that's what this represents. It's just a nice, good, comfortable, safe space to grow up.
And it's important to have something to come to where you feel safe.
Right.
That's the key right there.
Yeah, because if you feel safe, then you can really focus on your own personal development. And with the quality staff that we have helping our members achieve their goals, realize their potential, see different worlds that they don't know exist just yet, introduce them to as many mentors and folks, and introduce them to as many different industries that are out there, to expose them to possibly as much as we possibly can, given our limited resources. That's what this whole organization's about, and our teens are the most critical in that. And so we want to make sure we're able to take care of them.
Well, with that, first of all, I wanted to say thank you so much for facilitating this tour, taking time out. You've been busy running around this event, and you've been, since 4:30 in the morning, and, you just making sure that everything ran well today. But, Chris, as I've come to know you through these interviews and through our meeting before, I couldn't think of a better person to facilitate this facility than you, because I can see the caring in you for these children, and you're going to mentor these kids onto a very positive future. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
And it's our honor to be here to cover this event and to see this wonderful new facility right in the heart of Boyle Heights. And these kids really, really need this, and it's there for them. And Variety, of course, helped made this possible.
Exactly.
And what a wonderful organization they are.
They are great.
It's all about giving with the Variety Charities. I just love it.
They raised half the money to build this place, $5 million. So their heart is of gold, and they just have a tremendous board and organization, and their executive director is great. We just can't say enough about them. So
I appreciate them myself. And with that, I just wanted to say how much I appreciate the Variety Charities, the children's charities, for everything that they do for children and for special needs children as well. And this has been a wonderful afternoon. Again, thank you so much. Thank you.
For letting us introduce ourselves to your audience.
And we're certainly going to get the word out to people out there to let them know what's going on right here in the Boyle Heights community.
Excellent.
And with that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching. And happy holidays from myself and Richard Villaseñor. Thank you so much for watching.